Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people. Rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. Where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you. But with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goals regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can't be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the Jews life taught you. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yo.
Hey, hi, everybody. I'm Kimberly with Unseen.
I was feeling that, man. I was feeling that song.
I am Kimberly with Unseen Twisted Truths. We are the People's Podcast, and I am here with my two co-hosts, Henry 1 and Henry. I am Hen 2.
I'm get it in hand today. I'm gonna let him take
it in Hen.
Oh, yeah. Are we both named Henry?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Henry Rich, but I'm gonna let you take the Henry. I'm gonna be get it in hand today. So
I watched a couple of your plays, I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, we ain't gotta fight over it. We're gonna give it to you.
Our guest speaker is just signing up, just registering, just doing his thing. So he'll be here in a few seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I had to call him like, are you coming? He's like, yeah. How do I do this? I'm like, okay.
Oops. Yeah, I'm new to this too, but I got in pretty good though.
Yeah. I usually give them the link early. I gave it to you like at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, Henry. Something.
Mm-hmm. The link okay, yeah.
So I usually give it to them early so that they have a chance of coming on and being prepared, but it is what it is, nonetheless.
So how everybody doing today?
Blessed and highly favored. Henry, how are you?
I'm doing pretty darn good. I can't complain. It's a nice day out.
It wouldn't matter no way, Henry. You know that.
Nope. I just go to the club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing pretty good myself, man.
That's good to hear.
Very good.
You got the stage going. That's what I'm talking about.
I gotta bless it always and cleanse it first.
Every time. It helps, I think.
Hey man, I want to talk about that word bless.
That one match.
That word bless, because that's a powerful word, and it's like I feel like a lot of people get it mixed construed. Like if you look up the word bless, it means anointed in like Jesus' blood. You know what I mean? What if you don't believe in Jesus?
I'm anointed, and I don't really believe in the whole Jesus thing.
Me neither, but that's what I'm saying though. Like
I believe in the ideal of something, but I don't believe in Jesus.
True say. That's another topic for another day, though.
Indeed.
This is our guest right here. This is J.R. Weber. I am so stoked to have him on. I've been trying to get him on, and like he's a busy man.
How y'all doing?
How you doing today, sir?
How are you?
Hello, J.R. Welcome to the show.
Tell the world about you for those that don't know.
Right now I'm 9-0 as a professional boxer. 7 of my wins came in the heavyweight division. 2 of them came in the cruiserweight. Right now I'm 28. The next couple of years we're going for a title.
That's what's up, man. So, what made you want to like get into boxing, and what age did you start?
I wanted to start when I was a kid. My parents was more of a boxing, baseball, football type of family, so fighting was out the cards for me until I turned 18 to have my own choice. But I didn't start boxing until I was 23. So I came in the game late, but I just was a natural.
You just always had the heart for it?
Yeah, always did.
No doubt.
What did you do before boxing?
I played football. I played all through high school. I had a chance to play with the NFL for a couple months, and I went over to CFL for a couple months.
Oh, wow. That'd be exciting.
So our
Yeah.
Henry, he did judo and stuff like that, so he's really interested in boxing.
I did
Oh, for real?
wrestling. Yeah, I did wrestling and judo. My grandfather went to Japan after World War II building tanks. He came back. He learned judo over there, and we ran the judo association in Port Huron for years and years and years until he passed away. And then my father and I did it. So we had martial arts in the family. It's wonderful, and I'm really excited to talk to you about it. Actually,
Okay, yeah, that's sweet.
So my neighbor, well, my son's neighbor, not mine. It is what it is. But my son's neighbor stopped me and asked me if I wanted to breed my dog, and he said he is familiar with a girl named Christina something. I don't know. She's the heavyweight champion in women's division in boxing. In the women's division.
Clarissa Shields.
Yes, Christian Shields. He said I could get her on, and he's really close to her.
Yeah, that'd be nice. She's from here too, and she unified like 6 divisions so far. So she the truth.
So what's your goal?
What's my goal in boxing?
Yeah.
Overall, my goal is to remain undefeated, win a few belts in the cruiserweight division, and then win some up in the heavyweight division. And after that, honestly, I never really thought about my goals after fighting. I just wanted to open the gym and just help out my community, to be honest.
No doubt. So,
that's a great goal.
what's the routine of like the workouts like? Because I know they got to be intense. I always thought about doing boxing, but that was like always one of the things that kind of held me back from it, just because I know they be working y'all like dogs in there.
Yeah, you're definitely shredded too.
So boxing is really all cardio. Like this from the second you start, from the second you end your workout, it's all cardio. So usually my routine, I go in there and we start with a 3 to 5 mile run.
I'm already dead. Right there. I'm already dead.
That's a lot of people. And then
if I can get past that part, I think boxing would be like pretty easy for me, because I mean the endurance, me being fat, I ain't got that stamina like that, so I wouldn't be able to work out to my full potential. You know what I mean? That's why I've been like kind of getting on my cleansing, doing my herbal like cleansing and stuff like that, just to kind of regulate my body so I can get stamina to work out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of discipline.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Stan, you gotta go to bed at a certain time. A lot of my friends that want to go out, I can't go out with my friends. I can't chill with my friends. It's literally from work to training to sleep, and it's like that the whole camp. So I'm doing that for 2 to 3 months, depending on that camp. And I've been at this for almost 2 years. I turned pro almost 16 months ago, so I've been at this for 16 months straight. And it's a hard discipline, but it's in the end it's gonna work out. So I'm just sucking it up for right now.
You got 2 little girls?
Yeah, I got 2 daughters.
So you're doing it for them?
So it's tough. So usually when I come home from work, oh yeah, absolutely. I keep on telling people, they want to know, like, people want to know where the money goes, but I tell people I haven't spent any of my checks from my boxing. They all go into savings for my daughters.
That's what's up.
And that's why I still work too. So
absolutely. Do you prep your own meals? You do all your meal prep?
See, that's what I don't do. So no, I don't have the time to meal prep. So I always been looking for the last couple fights since I've been cutting to cruiserweight. I've been looking for a meal prepper. We just found a dietitian, but he don't meal prep the actual meals. So that's what we're looking for now, someone that can meal prep throughout the week, and that's gonna go along with my schedule.
No, I bet. I know, because their diet must be crazy. I know that's half of training is your diet. I mean, they're trying to work out and maintain. Yeah, and you got to eat it probably. What caloric? It's probably all over the place with caloric deficits and surplus, depending on where you're at. Yeah, it sounds wild.
Yeah.
So give us a
that's
day.
Most of the battle is the diet.
Yeah.
You said what?
Give us a day. Give us a day and show it. Tell us the life of you for one day. What's your day consist of?
Okay. Okay. So my day usually start around 4:30 in the morning. I get up. I have anything from like a banana and strawberry smoothie, a bagel. I head out for a 5 mile run around 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. in the morning. And then around 6, it takes me about like 35 minutes to 40 minutes to run my 5 miles. And then from there, I get some clothes on. I head to the gym. I do a quick strength and conditioning around 6 a.m. And then around 6:45, I head straight to work. And so the job I work at, it starts at 7, but there's no guaranteed time off. So you can get off at 5 p.m. one day, you might get off at 9 p.m. the next day. So depending on that day, this is where it becomes complicated because if I get off at 5, I got time to go home, see my kids for a little bit, and then go to the gym. But if I get off around 7, 8 o'clock, I gotta go straight to the gym. And I usually spend anywhere from 3 to 4 hours at the gym, and then I head home and I do it again.
That's a hard grind, man.
I was about to say, man, that's
Respect.
Appreciate it.
That's crazy.
A lot of dedication for
Yeah.
sure.
hmm
I like the structure. I have to ask a question only because I'm really big on the whole nutrition part. Why a bagel though? That's a lot of wasted calories that are not beneficial for your body. You're not recycling those at all. It's just gonna sit at the bottom of your gut.
So the bagel is just because I need some kind of carbs in me, and
Okay.
so it's help with the carb intake. That's
Okay.
the first thing the easiest thing in the morning to grab is not only like want a waffle or pancakes or nothing crazy like that. So I just feel like a bagel, oatmeal bagel,
Okay.
oatmeal and raisin.
Okay.
You can't beat oats. Yeah, oats are really good. I love my oatmeal.
Uh-huh.
I even like grits. I don't know how those are.
I
Carbs.
promise you, once you get a meal prep, it won't be a bagel in the morning.
Yeah, it definitely won't. So the dietitian want me to have a banana. It was a banana. It was some oatmeal and there was some other options on there. A bagel definitely wasn't on there, but I gotta break it somewhere,
Yeah, 'cause
and the bagel ain't the worst for it. So I
that
just
is unhealthy calories. That's not.
Yeah, you know you're an adult when you're like, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna have a bagel. Like,
right.
right. Yeah.
That's
What
crazy.
is it? What is it? Is it a more of a mental discipline, or is it more of a physical discipline, or is it more altogether?
It's more so the physical part is gone now because I'm so used to it, but it's more of a mental discipline, especially and it also depends on your company you're keeping around you. So, for example, I gotta keep a healthy diet. But if I got one of my friends like, oh, I'm about to stop at Five Guys and get a shake, you like, damn, that look good. I want that. So I try to keep away from people that's going to do stuff like that, so I can
Right.
stay focused.
Yeah,
Right.
you
So
definitely
it's
got to
really a
keep
lot
a
of
tight
mental. It's
circle
more mental
around
than
you, man.
physical. hmm
so do you eat any ice
So a
cream?
lot of
So
people I keep around.
Like that, yeah. I was gonna say. I mean, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay,
No,
man.
we say
So what's your record right now? You said
I'm 9-0 with
9,
6 knockouts.
6 knockouts.
That's good. Yeah.
So
What's
when
the
is your next fight?
round? Oops, I apologize.
My bad. Sorry about that.
We got next
So
fight.
I said, when will be your next fight?
We're looking for sometime in August. So we haven't looked at an opponent yet, but we're looking around August time. So my whole thing was after this fight at Little Caesars Arena we just had, we was gonna take a little break. Like I said, we've been on it for 16 months straight, and not only that's a lot on me, it's a lot on my coach because of course he has a family too. So my whole thing was I wanted both of us to be able to spend some time with our kids and our families. And so we didn't have to jump right back to it. So we decided August, even though it's not a huge break, but it would have been a lot better because they wanted me to fight in July, and that would have put us right back in camp. So
No, I feel.
I decided.
And you still like exercise on your regular days anyway, don't you?
Oh yeah, I just got back from the gym
Yeah,
right now.
definitely always on the go. So I get it. You definitely need to August.
So, do you still work at Penske?
Yeah, so I'm still at Penske. And like I said, that job's just you get there at 7, but you get off whenever you get off.
Right.
But I'm only there 4 days a week, so it's not terrible, but it's not ideal either.
No, but you've been there for a long time, so I mean, it's benefit to still be there because you're up in a pay raise and whatnot.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah.
You strain yourself at work, or you do like forklifts and stuff? Or you mostly?
So I do forklift, so I'm not straining myself whatsoever.
I might know a little bit about Penske there. I'm just curious.
Oh yeah.
Load and unload.
So yeah, it's smooth for me. And the management know they everybody support the boxing there, so they kind of they don't be trying to kill me in there with the work, so they support me. I support them. It's all good.
Do you have any like merch or anything?
Do I have any what?
Like merch?
Oh yeah. So usually, what I do is I got my original T-shirt, and it's I've probably seen it got the heart on it with the blood splatter, and then say the No Love Weber on the back of it. But
Yeah.
every time I have a fight, I try to make a different shirt for that fight. So whatever I'm wearing, my boxing outfit, I want everybody that's coming out to support me to wear that. That's like a shirt that represents that outfit. So yeah, every time I have a fight, I get a different T-shirt for that fight.
Right.
Well, that keeps it fresh, keeps it going. Well, how was that fight, Little Caesars Arena? I love the pictures online here. I was looking at. It looks like it was just an incredible time, man. Wow. How was your opponent?
Yeah, it was amazing. I can't lie. The atmosphere was different. The energy was different. First off, being a first fight ever in Little Caesars Arena, it was a lot on the line. Like it had to be a good show because if it wasn't, it would never be another fight there again. You know, so
Right.
it was a little bit of pressure on that in that sense too. But my opponent I was fighting, I knew he had power. He had 10 wins, all by the way in KO. But he also had 7 wins by KO. So it was either in that fight, it was either gonna be knocked out or get a knockout or get knocked out. So,
Sure.
and I knew I wasn't the one that was gonna get knocked out. So,
Right.
I put it in my head that I was gonna win, and it just came out like that.
What was the hardest match to do? Would it have been that one?
My on paper, they would say that would be my hardest match, but I had a fight before that at Motor City Casino, and he was actually I would say he was my toughest opponent. He actually one of the guys that didn't get knocked out by me.
So I mean,
what made him?
What made him tougher? Like technique or just physicality?
Honestly, I would say he just didn't go down easily. I mean, some people didn't go down easily. I just had to be a little bit more aware of him. He had a little bit of power.
His moves a little bit more.
Yeah. And then the fact that the week before I fought him, I was out in Vegas in a top rank camp with Jared Anderson, and Jared Anderson was 6'4", 245, 250, and this fight I was fighting at was at 197. But when I was out there, I wasn't gonna cut any weight because I didn't want to give Jared too big of an advantage. So I stayed around 215, and then the week I came back, I had to cut the 15 pounds. So I think that played a huge factor in that fight too, because cutting 15 pounds in 6 days was tough. But so I think that played a huge role in that fight. But it is what it is. The experience I gained out there in Vegas with the best people in the world, the best fighters in the world, a soon-to-be world champion, it was worth it. I still came out on top, so I was happy with the result.
Let me ask you a question. Like when you fighting your opponent, right? Like, do you like pay attention to like their movements, like what hand they dominant with, like, you know what I mean? Me personally, like I know I ain't no boxer, but when I fight somebody, I usually kind of like size them up and see what's they dominant hand. You know what I mean? How they move. You know what I mean? Like, what's your technique?
Yeah, that's right too. I do the same thing, but a lot of times, so I watch film on them on the people I fight too. So I want to say, so the second I find out who I'm fighting and it's like set in stone, I will watch that dude fight. So of course after my training, I go home, I put on YouTube, search his name, and I watch his fight all night. Anytime I got free time, I'm watching his fight. I'll be on my phone watching his fight. I'm picking up any kind of little thing he do that I
all
can
the time,
pick
like
up
habits,
on.
like
Yep. Bad
yeah,
habits. Yep. And
yeah.
things I can counter on. Same thing my coach would do too. My coach would be like, "Hey, I was watching a video. He dropped his hand on this, or he turned his back on this, or whatever he do wrong." We study it, and we study it like I study it all the time, all day, all night, because I don't know in that fight when the opportunity presents itself, I gotta be able to take advantage of it. So and
Yeah.
then
So
also
like
too,
say if you and your coach find that weak spot, right, and he tell you like he dropped his hand on whatever, do you like train specifically for that
yep,
fuck up? Or do you like
yep.
just still train regular, but then you like keep that fuck up in the back of your mind, like, okay, if he do this, you know?
Yeah, we train for both. Like we still train how I'm gonna fight, but we also train to see those mess ups. So the second he mess up, I know
Right.
what to do. I know what shots coming after. I know what to roll on. I know exactly what to do. And then also in the fight, because he knows I'm gonna study. He know I'm gonna look at his videos. So he might bring something different to the table. But that's when it comes into
Yeah,
factor
but
where you gotta
I feel
be
like a
able to
lot of habits be like stuff that
stay.
people don't know they do also too though.
It's
That's
the
true.
science they talk about. You got to be able to
That's
You
in
think
the
know what I
on
mean?
the
science.
It's a
fly
subconscious
real
mistake
fast
that you
and
may just catch,
adapt.
you know?
When you're in a fight, it's like a
Yeah,
puzzle.
adapt. Yeah, adapt, and that's exactly what you gotta do in the ring. You just gotta adapt to whatever situation they bring to you. Because, like I said, sometimes they might bring something different based off your fight too. Like I'm sure he look at my fight too, and like, all right, this is what he do, this is what he do. I gotta do this. So when I get in the ring, I gotta adapt to whatever he's doing too. And that's usually what the first round's for. I usually fill them out, see what they're about, and then if they make it past the first, they won't be there by the second.
What's the longest? What's the longest match you've had? What's the longest? How
The
many rounds?
longest match I had was 4 rounds.
Okay.
That feels like an
The,
eternity. I bet.
I
yeah,
mean,
we
yeah, but if you train for it like he do, then I guess it ain't really.
I train hard. When we spar, we do anywhere from like 16 rounds, 17 rounds, and I'm fighting multiple people. So when it's just that one person, I already know he not gonna be able to last all the whole rounds with me. So and I usually it takes me about 3 rounds to warm up. So if I don't get past the third round, I haven't even get warmed up yet. And a lot of 6 of them haven't made it to me warming up yet.
So
Yeah, sorry, Kimberly. Go ahead.
how many times has your weight fluctuated that you had to lose 10 pounds, gain 15, lose?
So out of my 9 fights, 2 of my fights were at cruiserweight. So for my first 7 fights, I didn't have to worry about cutting weight. So I usually came in as a heavyweight. I was a smaller heavyweight because my heaviest I weighed was 220, and a lot of guys I was fighting was like 285, 276, just a huge weight difference. So I went to cruiserweight, which is anywhere from 175 to 200. So now I'm at the top of the food chain when it comes to weight, and I still stay around like 195 to 197. Only time they really fluctuated was when I was going to Jared Anderson camp, and I had to keep my weight on to not be bullied around by somebody else 260.
Right.
But usually after a fight, I easily put on 10 pounds. So like right now, I'm probably walking around 210, 215. By August or probably July, beginning of July, I'll drop back down to like 200, so I can, when the fight ready, I don't gotta worry about the weight no more.
I remember when my son did wrestling. He did wrestling ever since third grade all the way through into high school. So he done it for 7 years, I want to say, something like that. He repeated 9th grade a few times. So, but anyway, so with that being said, I remember though for him to keep class because there was some people not in his weight class. So in order to find someone in his weight class, he had to put a lot of weight on, or he would wrestle a girl, and he was trying not to do all that because nobody really wants a girl to beat you. So
Right.
I never wrestled a girl. I never got to. I watched my brother lose to one. I think it was mostly fear.
no, the toughest match was a girl. My son will say this to this day. The toughest match to fight is a girl because they're all legs, and they have more power in their legs than you do.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of that.
So he said the hardest match he ever had was a girl, and he didn't mind losing to a girl because he gave her mad respect. It wasn't about, oh, I ain't losing to no girl, because all men will say that until they wrestle a girl and they realize, damn.
And anything that can spit a baby out, I mean, I don't want to wrestle.
Right.
So you do a lot of endurance training. What do you use weights, and what's about the heaviest weights you actually use?
The heaviest weights you ever see me pick up is nothing over 20 pounds. And that's even going heavy. So a lot of times I'm using 15s, 20s if my coach ain't around. I want to feel like I'm a little stronger than what I need to be. But usually it's anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds. And we use strength conditioning like 3 days a week, and it's like an hour and a half for strength conditioning. The rest is free weight, push ups, sit ups, pull ups.
Yeah,
just calisthenics, like that's it, pretty much.
Calisthenics. A lot of free weight, like explosive drills. We not boxing is about explosiveness, not like who come out the strongest. You can lift 500 pounds, but don't mean you can throw a punch right, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like they're more bulky than like agile, you know.
So did
I don't know if y'all ever noticed.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, if I don't know if y'all ever noticed, like the big bodybuilders, how they arms are like paper clips.
Yeah, they can't move nowhere.
You can't throw that punch right
like this.
So, yeah, so you can't get no ascension on it. So that's why you don't want to get the paperclip arms. You want to stay as long as you can possibly stay.
So that picture you have, I'm going to ask you two questions. One, did football get you prepared for this, for the calisthenics and all the stuff, the cardio that you had to do for football? Did it get you prepared for boxing, or did you have to switch up how you did your routine?
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Football is nothing like boxing, and I had to find out the hard way, because I thought I was in top shape. You know, coming from professional football, you're like, all right, it don't get no harder than this. But that's false. Like any kind of fighting shape, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, when you doing any kind of fighting sport, the conditioning and the endurance is just completely different. It's if I would say you can be in shape for basketball, you can be in shape for football, you will not be in shape for fighting. But if you're in shape for fighting, you're in shape for anything else, 100%.
I miss conditioning a lot.
I mean, the mental toughness, it absolutely helped me.
That was a good
mental toughness. It helped out tremendously.
So, and then my next question was, I don't remember. Never mind. It don't matter. It don't matter.
I had a good one. Has martial arts and training ever saved your life? I mean, besides outside of the ring, boxing training.
Yeah.
They teach you how to fall.
Yeah, actually helped me a lot.
That's one of the first things they taught you. Oh, go right ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh no, I was gonna say, back in the day they teach you how to fall, do break falls. Do you do a lot of break falls or anything like that? Hitting the mat training, because a lot of people, it's a big misconception that you put your arms out and anything, and it's just not. That's a good broken wrist, broken arm. I went through windshields. I've been in car accidents, and I swear doing break falls, repeated training like that has saved my life in breakneck situations. And it's just crazy the way it kicks in like that with training and shit. I don't think it ever leaves you.
Yeah, absolutely. It never leaves, and it's good. It helps you think quick on your feet too. Like you said, it just don't leave you, and you can react to a situation differently than you would have if you didn't know about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Years down the line, I haven't even been training like fight training like you. I don't think anybody does, but I've been training working out, but not like that anymore. But it still kicks in. I picked up that guitar, and sometimes I'm like, I went with music instead of in the ring fighting, but it was fucking cool. It was really cool. It's a good thing to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your parents, were they supporting you at the beginning when you decided that you didn't want to do football no more, or were they like, oh no, don't?
It was always a support from a distance. My dad passed away actually before I started fighting, but my mom I mean, they support her from distance. She never came to any of the fights until recently, but she's been to a few of the pro uh events.
Well, that's a big deal. Yeah, cool. That must be scary for her a little bit.
Yeah, she said she would be a little scared, but usually I really don't get touched in a fight, so I always tell her you don't got much to worry about. My defense is pretty good.
It is like chess, though, right? It's all about how you think.
Yeah, I'm always trying to stay a couple steps ahead of the person. In my weight class, a lot of the guys they just want to be like rocker, what's like the Rock'em Socker robots when they just punching each other, they're not moving. Me, I like to move. The game is to be to hit and not be hit. So I'm not gonna stand there and exchange blows with you because that's not my goal. Is to be punch drunk. I'd rather hit you, move, hit you again, move again, and until you get sick of it. And and I know I carry tremendous amount of power, so you're not gonna take too many of those shots. And that's how I play the game. I'm not gonna sit there and you hit me one time, I hit you one time, you hit me again, I hit you back. Just a lot of people do that. And that's not my style of fight.
Right.
So, I was wondering if you had a choice to fight anybody, who would you want to box? Anybody out of any weight class.
um. So honestly, I never thought about that. Fighting anyone. I just always whoever's in front of me that day is my dream fight.
Okay.
It could be who. It could be a guy that lost every fight. It can be a guy that won every fight. Any person that steps in the ring with me that certain day is my dream fight because I just want to win against that specific person.
Okay. So, did you always have a passion for boxing?
I never liked to watch boxing on TV. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, this is so boring. I don't want to see this. Turn this off. And because I couldn't do it myself. I was always like, if I can't do it myself, I don't want to watch it on TV. Like,
Right.
I'm fine. And then I want to say I turned, well, I think I was 20, and I went to a bar down in Pontiac, and they had the Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao fight on that night. And
Mhm.
I sat down, and I watched the fight. I'm like, damn, I could be doing that. You know, I've been waiting, and I always talk to myself like for like 3 years, like I'm going to go to a gym, I'm going to give it a try. But football was football, and I couldn't get really substituted. So I'm like, and then finally I got injured, and I was like, I'm gonna go give this a shot. And then I went to a gym. I went to Title Boxing, and they was like, yeah. I was like 2 weeks in. I'm like, all right, when do we get to fight somebody? And they're like, no, we don't do that here. It's a bad class. I'm like, okay, well. And then I want to say a few weeks later, my girl found a class, and that's how I started boxing. She found out a boxing class for me, boxing gym, I should say, and I started boxing there. I was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
There, Little Caesars Arena. It's wild. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're a real good. I love your attitude. You're real humble. I mean, you obviously know you get in that ring. You know, you're a force of nature. But it's good that you get that humble attitude. But you're awesome. It's a good inspiration for young people, especially.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I always tell people too. Like, they'd be surprised. They're like, oh, you're so humble. You're so nice. I wouldn't expect it, but I always tell people I'm completely different. I'm really nice outside of the ring. I'm a good person. I appreciate everybody that support me. I appreciate people that don't support me. I mean, if you come, you come. But then in the ring, I'm a whole different person. you know,
Right.
we come to sign up to fight. The guy came to sign up to fight. We both know what it is. If one of us can get hurt, it is what it is. But when it's all over, it's my name is No Love. But after the fight's all done and said, it's all love for both my opponent and whoever was supporting them and everybody that still came to see me too. So
I love that about you. I appreciate you coming on before you get too big. I've been trying to get you to come on for a minute, and it was hard. It was hard connecting with you. One, I know it's because I'm a female, and then it looked like I was just in your inbox. And two,
nah.
I harassed you for a minute there. I'm not gonna hold you up. I know I did, but I was determined to get you on because I believe in you and I see where you're going, and I want to catch you before you get there, because once you get there, it's going to be hard to get a hold of you because everybody else bigger than me is going to kind of get you, and they're going to be like, they got you instead. And I was like, I got to get him on. I got to get him on.
I can't wait to follow your career. It's gonna be awesome. If you don't mind, I'll follow you. No problem.
He's going far.
Oh
He's
yeah,
going
absolutely.
far. I've watched a couple matches. He's going far. I know what my question was going to be. The picture that you took about that guy standing next to you at the gym, and they said, "Oh, they like his body and stuff like that." He's too big to be like. I couldn't imagine how he'd box.
So that's one of my good friends, Jordan. We actually I've known Jordan for close to 16 years now. I play Little League football with him. We actually started with football, Little League football.
Okay.
And he's always been a fighter. And I always told him, like, you need to start. He does MMA. But I said, you need to do boxing, man. I said, you need to do boxing. Like, you got good hands. Let's just do boxing. Jordan's about 165, so I got about 30 pounds on him. But Jordan hits like he is 240 pounds. He hits so hard, it's ridiculous. You would think he was 200 pounds. He's tough. He's just willing to fight, and he's gonna be special as well.
He looks mean. Mad telegraphing skills there, huh? Like he punches you from the floor. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, which is good, right? I guess that's optimal.
So, what's the difference between boxing, MMA, and UFC? I know the names and I know what they are, what they stand for, but what are the difference when it comes to how you have to train or how you have to have a mindset?
I would say boxing is more like Henry said, boxing is more of a sweet science. It's more about thinking about the next move, preparing for the next move. So if you throw the 1-2, I know the hook is coming, so my hand is up to block that. If you throw the right or you throw a hook, I know I could step out. I could step in. MMA is just a different kind of nature and animal. Cause in boxing, if you drop the guy, you can't hit him no more. You walk to your corners, that's it. MMA, you can jump on top of him and elbow him and kick him. So I just think it's a whole different nature. And MMA, you gotta know more than punching. You gotta know how to kick. You gotta know how to wrestle. You gotta know the jiu-jitsu. You gotta know the submissioning. You gotta know all that. And that's why I stayed away from him personally, because starting at 23, I think it's just way too late to perfect all them different fighting styles. A lot of those guys has been doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing since they've been 9 years old, and this is a real competitive field if you haven't started around that same time. UFC is basically the same thing as MMA, just you can get away with a little bit more. Some MMA tournaments won't let you elbow, but UFC everything is free game. So it's just a different monster in my eyes. It's really something else.
Right, you ain't training for grappling right now. It'll be a little worried jumping into an MMA ring at the moment, but you can hit damn hard. That's a whole different training set. Those people know exactly, or try to look out for different styles coming at them, and it's crazy. I remember Pride FC back in the day. I used to really like Don Fry. Do you have a specific boxer in mind who's like a huge inspiration to you?
So it's gonna sound very ironic, but it was Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. I love his aggressiveness. I love how he comes forward. It's just that's how I always started off fighting. But then I also just added my own mix into it too. I'm a come forward fighter, but I use my jab. I'm crafty on my feet from football, but I'm also aggressive. And if I do get mad in the ring, it's always a problem for the next person next to me. So.
That football footwork must really come in handy in the ring. Honestly, that must have been a good.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though you had to unlearn that training, but that must have really been good for footwork.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in and out. I'm pretty quick on my feet. Side to side work. I'm really good. And it's just not normal for a heavyweight to move like that. So it's hard for bigger guys to get a hold of me. And me, from personal experience, when I fight dudes that's 165 like Jordan, 170s, it's hard to keep up with them kind of guys because they move so much. And you're like, you don't want to chase them the whole time. You're like, I'm not going to keep on chasing you around the ring. Stay here and fight me, And that's kind of what I do to the bigger guys I fight too. So I get the frustration on them. Yeah.
Hey, if it works, right? I said
It
endurance
works, yeah.
training. Yeah.
Well, it's all about tiring them out, right? It's about getting them
Yep.
tired out first.
Uh-huh.
Let's clip them right there.
Yeah. So when you got someone young wanting to start, or even better yet, when someone wants to start, regardless of their age, if they're even older and want to start, what would you say to them?
Oh, go for it. Even if you don't want to compete and fight, it's just your confidence level is completely different. You walk different, you talk different. You know you can hold your own. You know you can protect yourself. You know you can protect whoever you're with. So I say definitely go for it because it's a skill that you take with you forever. You don't forget how to throw the 1-2. You don't forget how to throw the 1-2 hook. It stays with you forever in the right. And when you can throw that punch right, you act different. You know you can tell when someone carries themselves differently. Like people always asking like, why do you smile so much? Why do you laugh so much? You're like this big bag boxer. I'm like, yeah. Why do I gotta walk around with a mean face all the time or mean mug people?
Right.
I know what I can do. I know I can handle myself. I don't gotta walk around trying to scare people. And those are the people you really supposed to. The people that smiling all the time are the people that you like. Okay, maybe they know a little something. When they mean mugging and staring you down and got the mad face, those guys aren't. They just trying to look tough. So I say when you know fighting, you know how to fight. You walk differently. You talk differently. You're a kinder person, and that's what it made me. It made me a way nicer person. Uh, I say hi to random people. You know, it's how you doing. It's not just a stare you down and walk past you. Like boxing has made me a better person all the way around. So I say definitely go for it. 100% for if you 60, if you're 7, go do it. 100%.
So how to make you a better father?
Patience. You got to be patient. You like you it humbles you too. Like my first jump it said leave your pride at the door. Um, and that's for any new fighter that came in there. And you take that in life anywhere. You gotta leave your pride. You gotta let your pride be sometimes. So whether you think you know it all or you don't. Um, so for my kids, my daughters are spoiled brats. They don't know what no is. You know, they say they want this toy, they want that toy, and it's just like, and they don't stop until they get that toy. Um,
Your hardest opponent.
yeah. Oh, by far. 100%. There you go. My
You ain't
hardest
winning
opponent.
that
That's my hardest
one.
opponent. My hardest opponent. Both of them. But boxing has taught me so much patience and just they always say in boxing you never know when you're getting out that ring. It could be your last time in there. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So it taught me to just live life day by day and be happy for what today is and that's what they I got them every day and I'm happy every time I get out the ring I made it another day I can go see my girls and it's big for me. I love that part.
That's awesome. That's good.
So
That's
would you
structure.
want your daughters to get into boxing?
I would not want them to fight. That's what I'm doing it for. I, but at the same time, I do anything they gonna want to pursue. I'm all for it. I'm there to support it. Just like my mom and dad didn't want me to do it, but here I am now. And I do take them to the gym with me to train because I think it's very important that you do know how to protect yourself, especially as a woman. Um, and like I got 2 daughters, and I think it's extremely important that they both know how to protect themselves or protect their sister if need be, you know, or protect me if I need it, you know. Forget it, you know. I'm getting
Yeah.
older. They're gonna at one point I might need some help. I think I wouldn't want them to compete. That's just being a dad in me. I don't want to see them get hurt. But if that's what they want to do, I'll be 100% on their side with it too, though.
Have you ever got hurt though, for real?
Yeah, actually, when I was out in Vegas before that last, not the last fight I had, but the fight before, I'm pretty sure he broke my nose. But that's the biggest injury I had physically. I mean, when they say blood, sweat, and tears, they mean it. Like, I mean, I bled a lot of times, stitches in my mouth. The tears I've cried out of frustration, thinking I was better than what I was, and somebody had to humble me. And I'm like, damn, I thought I was this and this. I trained this hard. How did he do that to me? That's the crying, the blood, and the sweat. I sweat every fucking day. I sweat for a living. So it's true when they say blood, sweat, and tears. Not when people you say that to me, I'm like tears. I ain't gonna be crying. But when you're really passionate about something
Yeah.
and you discover that you're not as good as you thought you were, those tears come. I don't care how tough you are, how big you are. You gonna shed a couple of them. I wasn't crying for a half an hour or anything, but I shed a couple of tears because I was upset with my performance, um, and upset with I was frustrated. So, but that's the biggest hurt I've been is more mentally than physically.
That's a good lesson to learn right there.
So how many belts are you gonna win?
I'm winning them all, all of them.
That's good.
That's
Of
right.
course.
Damn
That's
right. And that's what you got to do, though. It's a mind thing. You got to control your mind and tell yourself that you're this. Because usually in sports, what I've noticed, because I love sports, what I've noticed the most is I'm a big football fan. And usually when you get down and out and you start feeling like you're defeated, that's when you become defeated.
Yep.
That mental battle is always the
A
hardest.
lot of times.
So say you're never going to lose. That's the only way that you're going to always win.
Yep. I tell that to my. I train people at Champions Boxing on 23 Mile, and I tell them all the time. I'll ask them. I'll say, "Who's the best person in the ring right now?" They're like, "You are," and I'm like, "No, you are." Like, you gotta always have that mindset that you're the best, whether you're the best or not at the time. I always believed I was better than the people I fought. I always believed that I was gonna be better than people that's better than me now. You like you should have a mindset of a winner and believe you're always gonna win. And it's gonna carry you a far way when you believe like that. But the second you believe that you got the possibility of losing, you can lose. You know.
Yeah.
Self-doubt's a bad thing. Yeah. Stay above that self-doubt.
Mhm.
So what do you want
Yep.
people to know
My
about
coach.
you?
Me, I'm honestly, I'm pretty closed off person. I've been trying my best, honestly, in the last, I want to say year or so to start opening up uh to not only myself but to others too, because I know in this boxing, people gonna want to know the real me, you know, not just the boxing side, but I would want people to know uh social media isn't real. I always tell people that too. Social media is not real. Everybody, myself included, has their ups and downs. Don't give up on yourself, uh, and don't give up on the people that believe in you either. Uh, I think that was my biggest thing. I think I never gave up on myself. Don't matter how bad the situation was or what other people told me. Uh, I think that was my strongest assets. Is I never believed anybody that doubted me. I came up in a very hard lifestyle. Uh, I didn't know, I never knew my real dad. Um, I was adopted at the age of 9. So from since I was born to 9, I started with my parents, my mom, and we went to foster home for like 5 years. So, and if I could come from that situation to this, I think a lot of people could change their life too.
That's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. We don't know. Our problems don't define us where we come from, does it? It's just what you do with the time we got left.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's in a ring, and that's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and taking time out of your day and speaking with us. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to those that want to get to know you, because I know a lot of people support you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you for having me on here. I know it took you a little bit of time. But,
it's okay. I don't give up on my Capricorn.
I love it.
I wouldn't have took no. I swear, I kept saying, "Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet?" Because I knew when you were ready, that's when it would happen.
And whenever I get an opportunity again, hopefully I get on the show, and hopefully at that point I got a couple belts.
I would love to have you back on after you get a couple belts. I really would, honestly. Maybe doing this for at least another year or 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, that you come back on and talk about it again and let people see the different side of you.
I was going to say, where can we follow you? Follow your boxing? If anyone else is obviously going to be interested, I'm sure we could get some people following you at this point. Where can we find that?
Okay. Yep. My Instagram is NoLove__JR7. And that's really where I post most of my content on my boxing and like when I got upcoming fights. But recently on Facebook, I've gotten like 5,000 requests in the last 2 days. So I'm going to be on my Facebook a lot more too, and that's just JR Weber. And I'll be posting it a lot more now too, because I don't know where all these followers came from, but they're here now, so I might as well start posting on there.
NoLove__what?
JR Weber. I mean __JR7.
JR7. Okay. Cool. Definitely hope we can get that publicity through that too.
Yep.
There you go.
All
right, well, we're gonna end this, and I appreciate you coming on, and we're here to support you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, and watching, and follow him. He's gonna go places. Right. Ashe, everybody. Have a blessed night.
Good night.